Hey guys, welcome back to Poseidon, Master of Atlantis, and today we're going to be heading into a colony. Now there are only 2 colonies to pick this time, and Syracuse is a bit of a hard one, and I don't recommend doing it first. So we are going to be starting on the colony at Saqqara. So let's have a read. A land of fertile riverbanks surrounded by desert amongst a people that would benefit from our knowledge. Yeah, I mean, you're building the city of Saqqara, which you'll remember from Pharaoh is a mission where you have to build a monument. But in this case, we are building a monument, but not the kind of monument that you would expect. Let's head to this location.
The Egyptians seem to be a fairly bright people, but they desperately need our help. On Atlantis, we dedicate ourselves to the surety of science. In Egypt, the people give themselves up to the vagaries of a river. Their entire lives depend on the flooding of the Nile, and if it doesn't flood exactly as anticipated, the Egyptians are lost. Granted, the Egyptians have not had many problems producing massive amounts of wheat thus far, but it will only be a matter of time before the flood fails and the Egyptian people starve. To lift the Egyptians out of their primitive state, we must show them the glory of Atlantean culture. A city at Saqqara that showcases the best of Atlantean architecture will greatly impress the simple Egyptians. Once we capture their attention, we will have no trouble instructing them on the proper way to live.
Absolutely. So we are going to be on this mission showing the way, and we have to build 3 pyramids. A modest pyramid, a great pyramid, a pyramid of the Pantheon. They're quite big monuments. Got to produce some sheaves of wheat in 1 year. We've also got to produce 64 slabs of marble for the parent city. So let's head to the city and pause and have a look at this map. And we are in the middle of a desert. There's a lot of marble down here, but that is literally the only resource apart from wheat. Over here, plenty of trees and plenty of farmland. So of course, in this game, there's no such thing as a floodplain. So what they did is simply mimic it by putting meadowland all the way up the edges of the river, which looks very similar to Maydoom. I don't know why, but it just is. And what they do is they just have scripted flood events. Boring, isn't it? So we're down here at the colony of Saqqara, trading with all of our important people. So we can sell marble to 2 places, and that's about all of our export. Our export industry is only marble. We can only sell 36 marble a year, and that's all we can sell, because we cannot produce wheat, carding sheds or anything like that, so we can't produce anything like fleece. We can only put down wheat fields. That's our only farming resource. And our industry is only masonry shops and sculpture shows. Now you can make sculpture, but no one buys it, so there really is no point setting up a sculpture industry that's going to be for export. You're not making money from that. So your only export in this mission is 36 marble to 2 cities. And you're going to have to rely on taxation, pretty much. So given that there's not much of a population requirement, we're not going to go too far. There is a thing that's going to happen over at this little oasis thing. But we're not going to have to worry too much about that because we don't have to kill it. We can put down a couple of sanctuaries if we want to, but I don't think I'll bother unless I really want to waste time making money. Can make up elite housing, but there's no point. There's no real reason to. You have to rely on imports of fleece. The flooding events happen in sort of fixed areas. There's one up here, one sort of here, and then a couple down here. So if you ignore those 2 places, then you don't have to worry about the flooding at all. But there's not much in the way of coastal space, so we're going to have to cross the river over here for our trading docks, have our farms all the way down this bit. You want to produce enough wheat a year to make sure that this says something like plenty, and then there's a big stockpile for that wheat goal. So that's not too bad. We can put off the monument at the last goal quite a bit. Anyway, I'm going to plan out the city, and I'll come back in once I've got some housing blocks down. Okay, so we have our city set up. So we're going to have 3 common blocks over here. No elites, there's no point. I don't know how close that is to here. This might alert her to come and attack. If so, rest in peace, basically. We're going to have all the farms over here. I've got this planned out just perfectly where I can have all the farms where I need them. And just here are going to be 2 warehouses. We'll have one inspector going up round table, whatever he is, the hazard guy. And then one for this bit here, because then otherwise they would never go down here and they would just get screwed. This bridge has been placed so I can put down, say, 3 trading posts. I think I can get 3 in around this bit. I think this might be where the things happen, so I'm not too sure. And I don't think I can get 3 in because of where it's placed. So that'll be 1, 2... It might have to go up here, I'm not sure. It depends on where the flood happens. I can't remember exactly where they happen, but they are pretty random. They just constantly happen. So I might show you 1 or 2 and then just stop showing them because they get boring after a while. As you can see, I shelved the trees. We don't have a wood cutting industry, so there's no reason to have the trees. So let's just unpause, and they come in from the north here and exit in the south. Now, I do believe marble requests do come up, so we will need to set up a bit of a marble industry at some point. Plenty of space for it. All the monuments can sort of just go down here or there. I don't really care, to be honest. So people will come in. Just speed this up. Yeah, Sphinx in City, so you have to summon Atlanta to get rid of her. But as long as you stay away from there, you're fine. It just adds a nuisance to the mission, but you know Atlanta's requirements, hence Artemis Menagerie here. Now I just want to check this guy. Will he get far enough right? Yeah, he can get... I can put things down here as well, if needed. Now what's our population like? We're going to increase the wage rate to very high straight off. And we're going to put that there. With, let's just see if we can get a tax collector in there. There we go. And let's just put the tax rate straight up to outrageous, because we're going to need to rely on outrageous taxation to make profit here. Got people coming in, which is good. We can put down some parks. Like so. So these people are coming in. Get rid of the population issue we're having. Oh, shit, pause. There we go. So we've got some people in here, which is good. And we just really need to let the harvest happen, which is going to come in July, which has got quite a bit of time, so we should get a good harvest. So I'll come back in once this happens, unless the flood event happens, and I will show you where at least one of them happens. Oh, plague strikes. Who cares about the plague? We know that was going to happen, but never mind. I'll just come back in once there's something to show. Okay, so we are about to get the harvest, the first harvest at least, but we've been waiting a while, and what I've done is I have put this road obviously was here, but what I've done is I put a loop connection back so he can just come back round in a loop, which makes it easy. He goes up, round, down, in there, and then everything's protected, so I can have buildings along this bit as well, and they'll all be protected. I moved some of these buildings now just to tidy up so it didn't look stupid with a space there. So we just go, there we go, harvest. They'll all go to the warehouses first, well, the storehouses, producing plenty of wheat, which is good, and then they'll be brought back to here. So that'll allow us to get fed. Gift of fleece. Oh, look at that, 64 skins of fleece. That's just exactly what we wanted. So let's just put down, let's just do 1, 2. This can accept fleece. This can accept fleece. Let's speed up. Accept the gift. There we go, plenty of fleece. So I think we're going to get a lot more people in now, which means we can reduce these wage rates. But I'm going to spend money to at least, we'll not evolve these straight up yet, but because we are going to need to import olive oil from somewhere. I think we have to get it from Estonia because no one else sells olive oil. Yeah. So I'll need to trade with Estonia. Anyway, I think Iowa might disappear in this mission, but I'm not sure because I know that by the end they're gone. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on that. But we've got plenty of food in stockpile. I think it's time to just put down some marble stuff and prepare for possible marble requests. Just put that down there. Just put that tidal wave. Here we go. So there's one just about there. So this is just to simulate a flood, because there's no flooding mechanic in this game. It's kind of cheap and lame if you ask me, but who cares. And the incentive thing goes on and on and on for a bit actually. So let's just put in marble here and here. And we could just put down a couple of masonry shops here and there. You know, that's the sound of the printer going off, so we'll get those set up. I think we might need to evolve more housing, so let's just put down this common agora and provide access to food for this block as well. We can at the same time put down the fountain. So yeah, we're just going to get the harvest in. I'm going to have to constantly expand this wheat industry because we've got a lot of farms needed basically, and I may be able to get a few more along here. Might not be able to get one in there because there's no space for it. Population milestone. So here I could put down maybe a few warehouses to accept goods and all that. Or just other random buildings that don't need to be on farmland. And then keep it equal. So we'll just put down these. And he'll get past by it going up and around there. So it might get destroyed, but we'll have to see. Anyway, I'm going to let this run. I'm going to let the housing evolve. You've seen the tidal event, so I don't really need to show it again.
Me, the chaste Artemis, and my huntresses will strike down your foes.
Well, maybe, but I'm not really interested in caring about you, Artemis, but never mind. So it looks as if she's not too upset by our presence, so we'll start to mine some marble. Now, I think these pyramids will require some other resources, so let's just check. They need wood and orichalc, so we have to import orichalc, if I just hold construction. Wood we can get from Tyre, so I'm going to have to import all wood from Tyre, and all orichalc will come from Atlantis. Okay, so what I'll probably do is I'll put the Atlantis and Tyre trade posts down here because they're water trade routes, and have them connect over here or something. And I'll have the two land trade routes that buy marble over here as well, or something, I'm not sure yet. Anyway, I'm going to let this run, and I'm going to come back in once we manage to stabilise this city and get everyone evolved. Oh, Phoebes is selling bronze now apparently, so that's interesting, but I don't think we're going to need to import bronze, so yeah, I'll just let this run before being interrupted, and I'll get these houses evolved up as high as I can, get this all set up, and I'll come back in if something of importance happens. Well, I said I wouldn't come back in for any tidal wave events, but I'm going to come back in for this price decrease event. So at the very same time we have had a thing there which has destroyed that, so that is sort of no-go zones, so we're going to have to just sort of say there, that's as far as it goes. I'll go away, Atlas. So we're sort of here-ish, and yeah, I've also put down these trade posts here. These are for Mistonia, which is going to give us olive oil, and Lixus will sell us fleece if we need it, but there's a bunch of it anyway. So we're not going to go that far up, I don't think, because it looks as if that's a bit too far. Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, so let's just put that to there. I think that's just about okay. Actually, that's a bit risky, so let's just put it on that side instead. Should be okay. If I need to, just put down farms down here and all over this bit here. We don't need to worry too much. So we're getting our houses evolved. They're going to go up into homesteads. Meanwhile, I've also put down a couple of trade posts for Poseidon and Thebes to sell some marble, because it's our only export. We do need a lot of workers though, so we're going to get people moving into this city. I can also at this very point just put down an observatory in there, and there'll be a space for a lab in there as well. Yeah, I could put a lab there, and then buildings around the side and all that. If I need to, I'll just put down more stuff there. So we'll get the people moving in. There's not much space left, so we're going to have to get them evolving pretty quickly. Might need a fourth block, I'm not too sure yet. Anyway, we're going to get the marble flowing. We've sold some, it looks like. Quite a bit. Yeah, good for you. So we're getting up to tenements. And we will start to import some olive oil when funds allow. There's a commemorative monument. How very nice. Thank you very much for that. Just put that there. That'll provide a good desirability boost to that location. Meanwhile, our wheat is harvesting. Quite a bit surplus at least. We've got a surplus of 2,000. So we support a bit, but there's a surplus. And not sure why it doesn't say plenty. Never mind. Anyway, I'm going to let this run, and I'm going to come back in once something of importance happens, because at this point I just need to get the houses evolved before I can consider the pyramids. So in the interest of having done something, I have expanded our marble industry quite considerably just to use up the unemployment we've got. It looks as if we've just not got too much unemployment at the moment. We've got a labour shortage, but we're producing plenty of wheat. I mean, we've produced 120 sheaves of wheat just out of all these farms. It's quite ridiculous. I'm also importing orichalc from Atlantis here. We don't get much, which is a pain because we need a lot of orichalc for this stupid pyramid. So I may have to resort to importing lots of fleece, or just giving them money or something, and asking for orichalc, because we can't seem to get it from anywhere else as far as I can see. No one else sells orichalc. What a pain. I hate when the game puts in these arbitrary requirements. It's sort of stupid, but we're stockpiling a marble, which allows us to get on with this great pyramid, because we've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these artisans guilds. I don't think they're all fully stacked, but they're all getting there now. I stopped selling marble for a bit just to stockpile this for a bit. Seems to be working at least. Now, let me just roadblock here. I'll have another warehouse here to accept marble, because we've got plenty of marble here. Houses are evolving, which is good, and getting people in. It is sort of weird, because there's all this stuff available too, but you can't really build a massive big colony. It's just enough to support a basic monument building industry, really. But never mind. How many marble quarries do we have? I think it'll tell us here. Oh no, it doesn't. Does it tell here? Apparently, oh yeah, we can import marble from somewhere if I remember. We've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 marble quantities, masonry shops producing all the marble that's required. And so at this point there's nothing to do except build the monuments. And I might, for a side task, I'm going to summon Atlanta, because she only needs a bit more wood, a bit of meat that I can get from Carthage and store it somewhere. And a sanctuary to Artemis, which I can build anyway because I've got all the stuff I need for it. Oh, gift of orichalc from Atlantis, that's very helpful. Let's set this to accept orichalc, just in case we get requests for it, or just gifts of it, and I can use that to help everything out. Getting plenty of it from here as well. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to let this run. I'm going to come back in once this is done. I'm going to actually time-lapse this, because I don't think we've built a great pyramid before. We might have done. Actually, no. Let's not time-lapse these things, because they're boring. There's nothing interesting about these monuments that I would like to time-lapse. So, I'll just keep going on, and I'll come back in once this monument at least is done, unless something of importance happens. It's not a tidal wave. Okay, so the Great Pyramid is done, which is at least one task done. And I had to move my trading posts from Estonia and Lixus, because there was a flood here that was wrecking one of them constantly, so I've moved them up here out of harm's way. They do have to go a bit further now, but I'd rather have them go further than constantly having been wiped out, which is a pain. So who buys the most marble? We can sell more marble to Poseidon now. Now I'm going to build Artemis' Sanctuary just because it's easiest. This just needs wood and sculpture. I think I can import bronze from somewhere. I think Thebes sells me bronze, yep. Let's just import 8 of that. And we can cut back on one of these. Oh, they're walking across the edge of that because of the tile being deleted, how annoying. So let's just put that there, which is going to accept all sculpture that I produce. And we'll put down 2 sculpture studios there. And yeah, get all that selling marble again, get it all used up and all that, because we're producing a bit too much here, but that's alright. Gift of orichalc, oh that's a nice gift there, 12. I didn't manage to take it all, but I'll take as much as you can give me. So yep, that's that one monument done. I'm going to go off and do a side task of killing the Sphinx just to get out of here, even though it's not a mission goal. I will need to trade with Carthage and set up a bit of meat, so we'll just put this here, accept meat, Carthage, import meat, we'll just import 12 at a time, get, might need more workers, so let's just put down oil, give these people access to that stuff, and a lab, there we go. Okay, so we're going to need another inventor's workshop, I think. There we go. I can actually just, for precautionary sake, put down this here just to make sure that they're all protected. That's touching 1 tile of road, but that's plenty of wheat, more than I think is necessary. We've produced 120, so All I need to do now is produce the other 2 monuments, so I'll go and do that. And I'll come back in once the other 2 monuments are complete. Just cutting back in here just to show you Atalanta killing the Sphinx, because why not? I didn't show it to you back in Lucipum, so here's a chance to see it. It should die very easily to my power, and off it goes. I don't really need to do that, I thought I might as well. It doesn't really affect anything. Anyway, we've got plenty of workers in this city. Far much more marble than I think is required, so let's just continue selling marble now at whatever price we can. This modest pyramid is absolutely tiny, only needs a small amount of stuff, so I could just speed through this quite quickly. Done. Oops, connection lost. There. Getting all that in. Now I just need to build the pyramid of the Pantheon. So let's just line it up. Just sort of delete the tile there. That's just one tile too far, so let's just do that. Just makes it look quite nice. There we go. Now this needs, oh, it needs black marble. It needs 14 sculptures as well. And I'm going to have to import that from Atlantis. Actually, no, we can't import it from there either. So, who sells black marble? Only Mistonia sells black marble. Oh, what a fucking pain that is. Because I've got to import it way over here. Let's just import black marble over here. And what I'm going to do is put down a warehouse here, which is going to go and get black marble, and a bridge right across here just to shorten the journey a bit, if I can find a point to put a bridge down. There. This granary is no longer necessary, so we'll just get rid of that. So this will go and get built. You've seen it before, so we need to show it again. We can actually take this opportunity to give fleece to, I think we'll just give fleece away to Mistonia, just because we've got a bit much of it here. We've got a bit too much, which is fine. So anyway, I'll come back in once the pyramid of the Pantheon is done. You've seen it before, so I don't need to time lapse it, and then we'll be ready to win this colony. So after a while has passed, the pyramid of the Pantheon is complete. A bit difficult because we had to import some stuff, but I'm giving away most of the stuff that we hold here because we don't really need it anymore, and it's just painfully annoying. I think there's someone that buys Orichalc. Let's just use the opportunity to sell stuff that we don't need to sell, but who cares. Orichalc can be sold to Mistonia, so that's a bit of a pain. I might not waste too much time doing this because it's just such a pointless effort, to be honest. Well, I'll set it up as if I was going to do it, because why not? Just get all the Orichalc over here. Not a silly lag, because it's annoying. Importing black marble is a bit difficult. You can only get like 12 black marbles. You might want to give fleece or Orichalc or something away and ask for some marble, just as a gift. It'll speed up things as well. I don't think we're going to need this trade post either, so we can just get rid of it. Making plenty of money now from outrageous taxation and all that crap. And these monuments look quite nice, don't they? Black marble they now don't need. Why is Atlantis giving me black marble? They don't sell it. Odd gift, to be honest, but never mind. I'll have to decline it, sorry. Let's get rid of that. Don't need it anymore. Might as well just use the opportunity to make some money. Actually, we can sell Orichalc to... Yeah, it's Mistonia, sorry. I thought it was to someone else. Tidal wave again. It just becomes such a repetitive event after a while, to be honest with you. That it really has no effect, it just gets annoying. There we go, sold all that. And yeah. I should say a job well done. That's what I would say. I'm not going to waste time anymore because we have won the mission. It's not really made any more wheat than we did before, so that's fine. Plenty of marble in stockpile. Let's just take a final save. And dispatch. I'm going to get them in shot at least, because that's what this mission is all about. Set aside the 64 slabs of marble. to win the mission, and that is Saqqara, and there's a reason to do this colony first, but I'll explain more why when we go to the second colony after the parent city that comes next, because I don't see the point of spoiling it now, but there's a reason why you want to do this colony first.
The Egyptians have already learned a lot from us. They are awed by our fantastic pyramids, and we have left a few Atlanteans behind to serve as advisors to them on their construction projects, as well as on other aspects of Atlantean life. In return for showing them how to build wondrous pyramids, the Egyptians have agreed to supply Atlantis with wheat at a reasonable price. Egypt is all we could have asked for.
Oh yeah, but you were already getting wheat from there anyway. In any case, that was the missions showing the way, and we built up the colony of Saqqara, learning a bit about Zeus's pathetic attempts to mimic Pharaoh's flooding system, but who cares, there's not a proper flooding system in the game, so they just had to mimic it. Built 3 pyramids and produced plenty of wheat for our parent city. So in the next part we're going to head back to Lixus and prepare for a bit of warfare. The Carthaginians, the ones from Carthage, are on the warpath. Can we can them? Find out in the next part, guys. See you later. Bye.